WWE Raw General Manager Adam Pearce announced two major matches for tomorrow night's show. The company is on the road to Royal Rumble 2025 next weekend in Indianapolis, Indiana. Ahead of tomorrow night's episode of WWE Raw in Georgia, Adam Pearce shared a major announcement on social media. The company shared a video of the authority figure on Instagram, and he announced two marquee matchups for tomorrow night's edition of the Red brand. Pearce shared that Sami Zayn and Drew McIntyre would be battling once again in a singles match. It was also revealed that Bianca Belair and Naomi will be squaring off against Liv Morgan and Raquel Rodriguez tomorrow night. The Est and Naomi are also scheduled to defend their women's tag team championship against Yokara Jackson and Lash Legend this Tuesday night on NXT. Adam Pearce recently asked the WWE Universe to name Penta's next opponent on Raw. Penta debuted on the January 13 edition of Raw and defeated Chad Gable. The former AEW World Tag Team Champion followed it up with another victory over Pete Dunne on last week's show. Pearce took to social media earlier this week to ask fans who they wanted to see the exciting star face next on the Red brand. Sami Zayn lost to Drew McIntyre at Saturday night's main event last month, and then was defeated by the former World Heavyweight Champion again on the December 16, 2024 edition of WWE Raw. It will be interesting to see if Zayn can finally defeat McIntyre on tomorrow night's show. The air was electric in the arena as the crowd awaited the opening moments of WWE Raw. Fans had heard rumors swirling about game-changing announcements, but little did they know WWE official Adam Pearce was about to drop not one, but two massive bombshells that would set the stage for an unforgettable night. As the pyro exploded and the Monday Night Raw theme blared through the speakers, Adam Pearce's music hit. Dressed sharply in a tailored suit and carrying his usual clipboard, Pearce walked to the ring with a determined look. The anticipation in the air was palpable. Fans were already chanting, "This is awesome," before Pearce even had a chance to speak. Standing in the middle of the ring, microphone in hand, he surveyed the crowd with a smile before delivering his earth-shattering announcements. Pearce started by addressing the recent surge in inter-brand rivalries and the growing chatter among fans about who truly stands at the top of the WWE roster. With a sly grin, he unveiled the first blockbuster announcement, a champion versus champion match featuring the World Heavyweight Champion Seth freaking Rollins and the Intercontinental Champion Gunther. The crowd erupted into cheers and gasps as Pearce hyped the historic implications of this match. Seth Rollins, known for his high-energy charisma and unparalleled athleticism, would face Gunther, the ring general, whose dominant reign as Intercontinental Champion had redefined what it means to hold that title. Two champions, Pearce declared, one night and no excuses. We will find out who truly stands at the pinnacle of this industry. As the fans chanted Rollins' iconic "Burn It Down" and roared with excitement for Gunther's stoic dominance, Pearce added that the match would be a non-title contest. However, the stakes would be sky-high, bragging rights, and a potential future title opportunity for the winner. Backstage, cameras captured Seth Rollins reacting to the announcement. Dressed in one of his flamboyant Technicolor suits, Rollins laughed confidently. "Gunther? Oh, he's a beast, no doubt," Rollins said. "But Seth freaking Rollins. I don't just burn it down, I burn it all down. Gunther may chop, but he'll stomp." Meanwhile, Gunther, flanked by Imperium, remained his stoic self when asked for his thoughts. Rollins calls himself a visionary, but he's nothing more than a clown in fancy clothes. "I will show the world what a true champion looks like." The announcement alone had fans buzzing, imagining the brutal clashes of styles between Gunther's hard-hitting, ground-based defense and Rollins' high-flying, high-energy repertoire. But Pearce wasn't done yet. As the cheers for the first announcement began to settle, Pearce raised the microphone again, teasing the second match. This time, the announcement sent shockwaves through the WWE Universe. In the main event of the night, two of Wwe's most dominant women, Becky Lynch and Rhea Ripley, would collide in a no-disqualification match. The arena erupted in a deafening roar at the mention of these two powerhouses. Becky Lynch, the fiery and resilient man, was set to face off against Rhea Ripley, the fierce and unrelenting women's world champion. The added stipulation of no disqualification only fueled the excitement, as it promised chaos, brutality, and unpredictability. This match is about more than titles, Pearce explained. It's about settling the score and proving who is the most dominant woman in WWE today. The announcement came on the heels of weeks of escalating tension between Lynch and Ripley. Becky had called out Ripley in a fiery promo 2 weeks ago, accusing her of hiding behind Judgment Day and questioning her ability to stand on her own. Ripley, never one to back down from a challenge, responded with her own scathing words, labeling Becky as yesterday's news. The tension boiled over when Lynch interrupted a Judgment Day segment on last week's Raw, storming to the ring and brawling with Ripley. Chairs flew, referees rushed in, and the two had to be physically separated. Now, with no rules and no one to stop them, the stage was set for a war. Backstage, Lynch's confidence was on full display. Rhea Ripley thinks she's untouchable because she's surrounded by her little friends in Judgment Day, Lynch said. Well, tonight, there are no rules, no safety nets, and no excuses. I'm going to remind her why I'm the man. Ripley, for her part, appeared equally confident, delivering a chilling warning to Lynch. Becky's walking into my world tonight, she said. No rules, no mercy, and no chance. She's going to regret ever calling me out. As Raw unfolded, the excitement for these matches only grew. Promos, video packages, and backstage interviews kept the energy high, with superstars and commentators alike weighing in on the stakes and potential outcomes. For the champion versus champion match, highlights of Rollins and Gunther's recent victories played on the Titantron, showcasing their respective dominance. Fans speculated about the outcome, with some betting on Rollins' agility and cunning, while others backed Gunther's sheer power and precision. Meanwhile, Lynch and Ripley's looming clash dominated social media. #Becky's Rhea trended worldwide as fans debated who would come out on top in what promised to be a brutal, no-holds-barred battle. The unpredictability of the no disqualification stipulation added another layer of intrigue, as fans wondered what weapons or outside interference might come into play. As the night progressed, it was finally time for the first marquee match, Rollins versus Gunther. The arena lights dimmed as Rollins made his signature entrance, leading the crowd in a thunderous rendition of his theme song. Moments later, Gunther's imposing presence filled the arena, accompanied by the ominous theme of Imperium. The match lived up to every bit of the hype. Rollins and Gunther put on a masterclass in wrestling, blending technical prowess with high-octane action. Rollins' speed and creativity were on full display as he countered Gunther's devastating chops and power moves. Gunther, however, refused to be outdone, using his brute strength to ground Rollins and wear him down. The turning point came when Rollins attempted a top rope move, only to be caught midair by a thunderous chop from Gunther. The crowd gasped as the sound echoed through the arena. Despite the setback, Rollins rallied, hitting a breathtaking Phoenix splash and a devastating curb stomp to secure a hard-fought victory. Both men received a standing ovation for their incredible performance. In the main event, Lynch and Ripley took things to another level. The no disqualification stipulation allowed for absolute chaos, and the two competitors didn't hold back. Tables, kendo sticks, and steel chairs all came into play as the women tore into each other with unrelenting ferocity. Lynch showed her trademark resilience, fighting back from brutal assaults by Ripley. At one point, Ripley powerbombed Lynch through a table, but Lynch refused to stay down. The match reached its climax when Lynch locked in to disarm her using a chair, only for Ripley to counter with a brutal riptide onto a pile of chairs. Ripley ultimately emerged victorious, but both women earned the respect and admiration of the WWE Universe.